I believe so, but yes, we're good.
3, 2. Welcome. I'm on with podcast.
We back again.
Back again. The Phoenix. Y'all know me, Clyde won't say to the third. Hey, I got a lot of other nicknames. Dark Child, Titty Man, Breast Bandit, Lord of the Tits, all this stuff.
Talking about what?
Yeah, this is some of my nicknames. Oh, you know this.
No. I've heard the Lord of the Tits, but
April's Fool.
I've heard that one. No, we from
Lord of the Tits.
No, we from Rewind.
Titty Man.
I've heard that one.
Dark Child. Lady Killer.
That's
there.
obvious.
Thank you.
But Breast Bandit.
Yes, sir. It's right there. Breast Bandit, right there.
Really, bro? Really, bro?
Right there. Breast Bandit.
How long I've been knowing you and I've never known that?
Hey, man, I just love titties. But, your name is too, sir, for the public to know.
My name is Bobby Timms, the Photo Mac.
Boo.
Yeah. I'm going to give you another nickname if you don't hush. Yeah, the Photo Mac on Instagram for all your photography needs. Not Instagram, Facebook, Alluring Creations Photography.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, that's a little bit about me. But we're gonna
move on to our special
guest because
this
show is not
excited.
about me.
No, it's about this man to my left here. I am so excited. Taylor is finally here.
Finally.
So many conversations offline from other channels have been had.
Finally.
And you're finally
here.
Finally here.
Finally.
Let the people know who you are, brother.
My name is Taylor LaRon. I'm an actor, singer locally, and always looking to expand. I've done theater, I've done some short films, I've done independent films, I sing, and been doing it for a very long time. And I'm an Arkansan, and I'm here.
Hey!
At 501 Witty, finally.
Finally.
And so many conversations.
Hey, Bobby, let me tell you something.
About... I thought that we knew each other. I thought that we had known each other.
You saw it live right there at the table read. This man swore.
I thought we knew each other. I thought we had met each other. I thought we worked on some sets together. And because I was like, he's got everybody from my artist family following through. Like Liv came. Yep. I think Shamber has been through here.
She was supposed to. But she was supposed to be on with Olivia, but she couldn't make it.
And then Chastity's been here.
Chastity.
I'm like, well, when am I going to get
Sean
here?
T. Barry.
Deshaun has been here. I'm like, when can I get on the podcast?
This man talked so much cash shit. This man had not had me on. I said, I have not met him in person yet.
Then he was like, why didn't you reach out? And I was like, well, I come from like old school operation as far as it comes to like industry and like media.
Yes, sir.
I would only reach out if I had something to promote. So you know what I'm saying? I would only want to be invited. But I thought Clyde was aware of me.
Which I was, but like I'm telling, you're coming up,
and I was gonna come find you once we had
yes, sir,
because we got some upcoming projects coming out.
Yes,
when
sir.
you came down to promoting them, I was gonna, because I was already piecing together.
But keep this in mind, Sir Taylor, Mr. Taylor, keep this in mind.
Yes.
Even if you have nothing actively coming out in due time of you coming on, you can always come on just to have fun with the guys and just talk.
And that's nice.
So please,
don't
feel like I can come on if I have something going. No.
Yeah.
If I say in 2 months, hey bro, come on back on the podcast. Yeah. We got this guest coming on. You can add to the conversation.
Yeah.
For your expertise, your lean, your perspective on whatever.
I appreciate
Bring
that.
your butt on here, man, and
I
have a conversation with the guys. We have a lady here. Hey, just have a conversation with us, brother. So welcome, finally. So hey, man, I looked at some of your stuff.
Okay.
Man,
well,
proud of you, brother.
Really? Okay, I thought you was gonna...
No, because listen, I see you like and Shane's gonna come.
Yeah.
So shout out to Sean T. Barry about that.
Yes, wonderful web series.
And I've seen you just in other little small snippets here and there, but finally sitting down and actually get a chance to watch your material. For example, I'm gonna go from that one short one, but you and the guest, you the father and the son, Jacob. And it's called, I think, Denied, if I'm looking at it right, Denied Reality.
Yeah, from Monologue Chronicles by DeAndre Lewis.
Man, powerful stuff. Even though it's a small snippet, but it gets the message across.
Right. Thank you.
And I don't know if you do this on purpose, brother, But a lot of your stuff deal with like a lot of father-son dynamics going on. Now, is this like on purpose, or you just had to be in these projects? I get to even the other one you did was not necessary. Oh yeah, wasted potential.
Wasted potential.
It's
not on purpose. I just think that I've been really blessed to just get really good roles. I think that's what it is. It may be by some I don't know, supernatural design.
Yeah.
If that's what it is, but I spoke it out into the atmosphere when I was like 13 years old that this is what I was gonna do with my life, and I've just always wanted to, like I said, have good roles. When it came down to Monologue Chronicles, when it was just a friend of mine who I worked with before in film, and he just was like, I have something, maybe you could do it, shot me the monologue. I was like, because I always say, like, let me read it first. You know, if it's not something I'm auditioning for, I'm like, well, let me read the script first. And he sent it to me, and I was like, oh, this is really, like...
It's good.
I was like, this is good.
It's good.
And so...
Good. Go ahead, let's go.
Go ahead.
Because what I got from it, brother, like, okay, first of all, for those who know me, I'm a real sucker for father-son material.
Yeah.
Because my mother killed my father.
Okay.
I grew up with my father's mother, my
Yeah.
grandmother. And so every time I see something, especially when it's good, I take heed to it, I like to it, I buy into it.
Yeah.
And so when I seen this particular thing, I said, man, because that particular speaks to like the unnecessary violence, stuff like that, and just how it can affect long-term the unsuspected particular individual.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I lost my father at a young age, and in this case, this father lost his son. Man, I think the boy's only 2 years old or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, damn, that's crazy.
He was like 2 or 4.
Or something like that. He's just young.
It says in the script, but we don't have an actual 2-year-old. So,
yeah.
But it was...
No, I got you.
Right, so it just alludes to...
But the fact he's still young.
Right, and I thought with that particular script, when I got it, I started doing the scene study for it and breaking it down and building like a backstory and...
Yes, sir.
And really just breaking down, because this is just a monologue, long sheet of paper. And then, we did the cut between the interactions.
Yes, sir.
And I was just, in my mind, I'm like, okay, you don't see the whole single father element very often. And so...
Which is true, because the mama with the kids.
Exactly. And this guy was a single father, so I kind of wrote it that his wife or girlfriend or whoever, the kid's name was Jacob, whoever his mother was passed, and so... there's an element of pain there because now he's lost both of them, but he's a single father. He's doing it on his own. He was worried about, I think in the monologue I said something about being worried about bills and how he was going to pay rent and things like that. But his entire life is devoted to his son.
Yep.
And I felt that, and when I was reading that, because the humanity in that, the backstory of building what that might be. I have no children, but if I was a single father, and I have this 2-year-old, that I'm taking to daycare, that I'm taking care of. I'm the only one, only one. What does that feel like to lose the last person that you have right in front of you?
Correct.
Right before your eyes, by gunshot.
Yeah.
And you're trying to protect him. And so and we came down to, because we were acting those things out, but then I had to think about everything that I just said, because when we were going to do the monologue portion on the bench, all of that is just flowing through my head that this is, because the monologue is in post. He's telling the story.
Yep.
And so it's like all of that, this is where he is now. He's lost the last person that he might have, which was his son, his only son, his own seed.
And so by happenstance, the transfer to the wasted potential in that story, once again, another father-son situation. And this situation is Keenan. Now you play Isaac, the pusher, whatever. Yeah. But like the overall setup is overall the same thing essentially. The father lost the mother. Yeah. Because when Keenan was born, mother died. And what I'm saying, so that's unfortunate. Yeah. And then of course sends the father on a particular tailspin for alcoholism, stuff like that. And of course, I guess we can't talk about spoilers if it's okay.
Oh, it's hard, but that movie's been out for a while, so you can say anything you want to about wasted
potential. With that said, Keenan unfortunately loses his life at the end there. So now the father loses the son. Yeah. So now his overall tie to humanity is gone 2 times over again. Similar to the previous case with the whole reality. The father lost the mother and and of course now lost his son. Yeah. So it's another situation where it's powerful material.
And you know what I will say about Wasted Potential, which was written, directed, well, was it directed? Well, written and produced by Bruce Davis. Are y'all familiar with Bruce Davis?
I have not.
Bruce Davis of 22nd Element Design. He's like he's a fashion designer locally.
Okay.
But that was his first film.
Good.
And when I went and auditioned for that role, and it was just like it was by happenstance. I saw a flyer on Facebook and Instagram, and a friend of mine sent it to me. He's like, "You should go and audition for it." And I went and I auditioned, and I originally wanted the role of Keenan.
Okay.
Because I felt like that was closer to my own humanity as an individual, and I felt like I could probably relate and go there. But I read for Isaac, and they saw something in that audition. They saw something in that audition that they liked. Isaac originally was not even supposed to be like I had 4 scenes, I think, in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was only supposed to have like 1 or 2. You were supposed to see me at the beginning when I was trying to sell drugs to the kid.
Yep.
And then at the end when I shoot him, and that was it.
Right.
But by like through the table reads, like I would roll up a piece of paper and smoke them during the table read and all that stuff. And Bruce was just like adding scenes for me. He really
I'm glad he did, because that's there in the middle scenes. Even when I came to the the community center where they were doing things, they locked the doors.
He really did. Like, he gave me more to work with,
and I really
because he saw me.
I thought I was gonna turn the corner. I said, "Oh, he's gonna turn the corner," because you look in the closet at first.
Yeah.
You saw the little thing. You looked in with a gun. Eventually, that.
And you never. It just doesn't happen.
I thought, I said, "Oh, he's gonna turn it around."
Yeah, because what I really loved about that film and the process of it was that they really they gave me more material for my character. They created more of a story and a backstory. Because, you watched the whole thing?
Yeah. Now, I know, did they have the same, it's like they're reading the same letter. That's how I just blended the scenes there, but I did watch the whole thing.
Okay. So in the
closet,
right.
Yeah.
So Isaac had issues with his father.
Correct.
His father was a drug dealer that got, I think, maybe killed. No, he got locked up. He got caught up in a drug bust, got locked up. But Isaac's father took him with him to the drug bust, and that happened. So he saw his father go down a certain path. But Isaac was, to me, on paper, he could seem like a very nefarious individual, very horrible, stereotypical thug, all of that. And I would like to think that I didn't play it that way. I tried to give him some dimension, but it could have been very easy to just...
Well, he was conflicted.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been very easy to just be a stereotype, just give it one dimension. But as an actor, my job is to bring humanity and understanding to the character, no matter how horrible they may be. Because at first I was just like, okay, they cast me, how am I going to do this? Then I had to do research, but I'll never sell out another man. And that's what that's what I look at all my characters are. No matter how good or how bad they be, they are owed a level of humanity when it comes down to delving into it. So I had to figure out who the Isaac was in my life, or did I know him, and where I knew him from, and where in my life could I relate to him. But that whole father-son element thing, I think that was a wonderful element to put in there, because when I created the backstory, I delved heavy into that. I tried to. But wasted potential goes 3 ways. It's like, Keenan had all the potential in the world to be amazing.
Yep.
But he got wasted, meaning shot.
Yep.
In the old sense, like wasted, shot. My character had all this potential up here to be probably anything he wanted to be.
Correct.
So he's like a good guy gone bad. He's wasted. Wasted that potential. And then Keenan's father could have been an amazing dad, but he was wasted in the sense of drunk.
Yep.
So wasted potential. And so it was a really...
And then he lost his son, so now you'll never be you'll never get a chance to be a father.
Yeah.
No, like I said, there's a whole bunch of entendres going on in it.
Yeah.
So.
I think Bruce was a genius for it. I think
good.
He's trying to turn it into like an anthology.
It's a very effective film.
Thank you.
Done. No, seriously.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it.
I think it spoke to a lot.
It also gave.
Well,
I'm not saying it's rare, but
go ahead.
You don't see it often, where the main character, the black character, has something good going on. As far as, because Keenan was a good kid, smart, educated. Even the teacher gave him the books or educated whatever, and he tried to push him in a certain direction. Even his group that he was involved with, there were poets, people that they trying to help this young community going on. So everybody was doing good. It's good to see positive black people doing good things.
Yes, I love it. Yeah.
But no, I'm glad I enjoyed the project. And you had a little fun too in the straw that broke Cameron's back. I went back and seen that too, and that was good.
That's an old one.
But you can see you had fun with that.
Yeah. Did that one with two filmmakers around here, Rita Tuggle and Brian Lee. They used to put me in a lot of stuff. That was my first experience on camera here locally, where I was like able to like be in front and be a lead and really learn the ropes of what happens behind the camera and on the camera and things like that. Very good people.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a quick step back though. What got you involved in just acting in general?
Okay. Let's see, where do we start? So my mom used to take me to a lot of theater.
Gotcha.
The first theater show that I remember was we went to a show at the art. What is it? The art center? Community art center. Yeah, there was like this African Christmas show going on.
Okay.
And there were like just black people on stage, and they were dressed in like tribal wear, and there were drums and music, and there was a story. I don't remember because I was like 4, all of like 4 years old, maybe 4. And then when I was 6, I ended up at Gibbs Magnet Elementary School, and that was where I found out that I probably could sing. And my grandmother found out, she threw me in the church choir, and then in the AME church we have the YPD department, which is like the young people's division. And so I was like in the YPD choir. I was doing plays and Easter speeches, and I was like just trying to find shit to do, you know, and school plays, you know. And then I just kind of like relaxed all of that, and I really didn't do much with any of those ambitions. But when I was like 13 years old, I went to I saw a production of Sweeney Todd, and I was like awakened. I was like, this is what I want to do. I was like, Ma, like I want to act, I want to perform, this is what I want to do in my life. And so I just began really like scouring everywhere that I could find where I could just really like act anywhere. So I was like church theater, tried some community theater, and then I ended up by the grace of God, my mom was so gracious. I have a really supportive mom.
Shout out to moms.
Yeah, shout
out to moms out there.
She started taking me from Little Rock to Atlanta on the weekends, and I would do acting classes in Atlanta.
Okay.
Hey,
until
let me pause you. That's what I call dedication, right?
Support, yeah.
Yeah, that is support to the fullest, man.
I mean, and I was on the computer like looking up stuff. I sent some information, and then they called, and we ended up going back and forth to Atlanta until we just couldn't, because it started getting like winter weather, and then you know it is what it is. It's a drive and all of that, and so we weren't. She wasn't about to move me to Atlanta, right. Not on the wing of prayer, not in a dream, not just you know. So it's like, okay, you're going to high school, so I did drama and theater in high school, and like I said, I was going back and forth to Atlanta until we couldn't no more. And
what high school you go to?
Central.
Tigers.
Little Rock Central High School, yes.
Shout out to them Tigers, man.
Shout out to all of my drama teachers.
Shout out to Tigers.
Boo! Whatever. Shout out.
I'm a Patriot, Parkview.
Oh, okay, well, good for you. Good for you. Good for you. I'm gonna hate you for it. I mean, Parkview's good. I wanted to go to Parkview. I couldn't get into Parkview.
Man, you too?
That's a lottery system, and then they fill up really fast.
Yeah, that part.
I ended up at Central. And my mom is a Central alumni, so I was just like, okay, well, Tigers, here we go. So I did drama 1, 2, 3, and 4 at Central under Miss Dade, Miss Gay, Miss Strickland, and Miss Beath.
Shout out.
All of them wonderful teachers. And I was kind of shy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was kind of shy. So I'm very shy.
You can't see that
in real life.
I can't see that.
That's because I'm on right now. Like this, I'm not on like on.
I hear you.
But like, you know.
I got you.
That thing you got to tap into sometimes.
Yes, sir.
I'm actually very kind of shy in real life, and I was shy in the classroom, and so they only could get what I would give them, but I was paying attention. And I was reading books, you know, Ivana Chubbuck and Meisner, Stanislavski, The Methods, and all this like self-study at home, because I really did want to be great at what I was attempting to do. 9th grade, I was in Once on This Island. That was like the first show I did, and I mean, the person, I think it was Dr. Fowler, was the one who was casting it, and she did like a reverse situation, because a 9th grader should not have had the role that I had, or the role that any of us had.
Gotcha. So that means you was just that much better.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that, but what happened was, I ended up with the role by happenstance, actually, because she cast me as one of the village people. But the original person that she did cast for it wasn't coming to rehearsals, and she like pulled me out of like obscurity and was like, "Come read," and I read for it that day.
Yep.
And then I just never looked back, and then neither did she.
So you did a great job, right?
I was.
So you were good. It's okay, bro. You were good.
Okay. I was good.
You were good. You did something that wasn't normal.
There we go.
You just said it wasn't made for a ninth grader. It gets look at your ass. You did the shit.
Right.
Very humble.
I mean, he's I
don't give myself a lot of credit for like things like that.
Well, you should though. I mean, it's okay to pat yourself in the back every once in a while.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
You were good. Go ahead.
But yeah, she picked us up out of obscurity and was like, you. And she was like, she shoved the book in my hand. And she was like, "Wrong page 15. Take it, because he's not coming."
She was hot.
And she really was. And then the next day, I just had it. It was mine. And so that was that with that show. So yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
I just tried to get my hands on anything that I could in order to flex that muscle, because I was so, after watching that show, I went home, I was like, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Anything I can. So.
But it's work to me. Like I just said this with a previous guest, with Cameron Foster. I said over there, but Southwest Boaz, everybody who's been here.
Yeah.
Arkansas, once again, this is another example, brother.
Yeah.
Tremendous talent.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
Yeah.
And we put it on display today, yesterday, and going forward.
Thank
the future
you.
is coming.
I appreciate it. I think there is a lot of people who say, like, and I've heard it myself, like, you got to get out of Arkansas. You're not gonna get no looks from Arkansas. Da 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 da. And it's not
motherfucker here.
And it's not completely untrue. It's not completely untrue, but it's not. I don't think it's completely impossible, because we've seen it happen.
Listen, LeBron, let me tell you something.
But
I've been trying, and I continue to push this narrative.
Okay.
I hear what people think like that.
Yeah.
But we have to create the hub here so
Yeah.
people can quit fucking leaving.
Yeah.
So we get that.
I mean, but listen. I mean, there's a new incentive for tax breaks for films to be made here. That's one thing. There are a lot of projects that happen in Northwest Arkansas, up in Fayetteville, in Forest Smith.
Shout out to Dave Vision up there.
Yes.
Michael Dave.
There are a lot of projects that happen up there. So with the new tax incentive for filmmakers and making films, maybe, and Atlanta's only 8 hours away, maybe there's a film scene in Nashville. Memphis is creating a film scene, like it's happening in the South. So it's not impossible. I think it's just, we have to, as a community of filmmakers, actors, entertainers here, we cannot be worried about who's gonna put the city on first. Because that seems to be everyone's. That's what everybody's motive is.
Talk to him, Taylor.
And that can't be, because that's not how New York got to be New York. That's not how LA got to be LA. That's not how Atlanta got to be Atlanta. It's a community of people who support one another. If you have a premiere, I want to be there. I want to shake your hand. I want to support you. I also want to give you my card, so the next one you do, I can be
there. Yeah, hey, facts.
And I would like for you to do the same for me.
Yes, sir.
Not the whole coming and judging and, my stuff gonna be better than that, da-da-da-da-da. Well, they didn't have this, so I'm gonna have champagne in mine, and when I say red carpet, I want folks to really take. It's not about that.
Preaching, man.
It's really not about that. It's not. It's about community. And I think a lot of it, me and my cousin talk about it all the time, because she's a filmmaker. She's from here, but she went to school. She moved down to Austin.
Shout out. What's her name?
Maya Lene Goodwin.
There you go.
I think she's moving back here, but we produced a music video together, and she's working on some stuff, and she's, in conservatory, and she's learning how to do film and writing and things like that. But like I said, she's moving back here temporarily. But we talk about it all the time, because Issa Rae said it. You don't need to network up. You need to network over, side to side. Get with the people who are on the same level as you. If I have a camera, you know how to write, he knows how to act, let's make a movie together.
No, fact.
I mean, my god sister lives in LA, and she works in production.
Yes, sir.
She's been on, I think her first job was Grey's Anatomy. She worked under Shonda Rhimes and Debbie Allen. Wonderful relationships with those people she has. But the one thing that she also told me before I was to come out there to visit her or stay with her for a little while, she shared with me, when you get here, build some community. Build some community, get into acting classes and build community and learn who's doing what so that you can have a community of people. So if you have friends, you have friends that are in the same thing you're doing. If they have a camera and you want to direct, and this person acts, and two of you act, and one of you writes, and it's that sort of thing. Because the people you networking up, nobody. I'm sorry, and I hate to put it like this, but they don't care about you and me and us down here unless we can turn something into dollars and cents for them. And even then they might take your idea and run with it. Yeah. And you will only have, and because you're new, you only have so much influence and say. So the one thing is, network over with somebody that you can have influence and say and an opinion, and somebody cares while you guys are down here. Y'all can learn from each other.
Correct.
And then go up, because the attention will come to you. You just keep doing your thing. You keep work hard and be consistent. Don't go straight for the big guys, because the big guys are sitting in their office, and so many little guys come to the big guys. Only very few of them get through the big guys. There's so many gatekeepers in our industry. So you just have to really just enjoy your journey and work hard. That's what it is.
Yes, sir.
I was thinking about it today. I was like, the amount of say-so or opinion that we get to have on set when we're working with Deshaun, when I'm working with Rita and Brian, when I was working with Bruce, or anybody that I work with on the indie level, on this level, the amount of say-so or questions that you're able to ask and things like that, you don't always get that on big sets.
No,
because they come with their idea.
And they want you to know what you need to do is come here, do your part, get the hell on.
Not only that, but the director has his idea.
Yep.
The costumer has their idea. The set dressers have their idea. Everything has an intention, and everything is set this way, and this is my stuff. All you need to do as an actor is just learn your lines, learn your mark, make your choices in front of the camera, and keep it pushing. You may be able to collaborate with a director about some choices and some things, only if they want to hear it, only if they have respect for you, only. But if not, and only if they ask for it, really, unless you have star power on your side, that gives you a level of, ability. But,
correct.
So I was talking to Olivia. We were talking about that the other day.
Shout out to Miss Disney.
Olivia, she's done some projects, and she was talking about the differences of being on sets, and I was like, exactly. I was like, so while you're still doing the indie thing and you're with, people who are on your same level, take that in, soak that in. When it comes down to because sometimes we even have, we still have ability to costume ourselves. That's important, I think.
Correct.
Because it's good for your creative juices. It keeps that killer instinct as an actor going when you have to really, really think about how you build your character. Because on some sets, it's already built for you. All you have to do is just make your decisions and build the character from an actor's standpoint, not the shell of it.
And so, great information. Listen to the man. We're going to take a quick commercial break. On the backside, we're going to film with Mr. Taylor here. And keep it pushing. Okay. How's it going, gang? Dr. Wrong here. And in my line of work as a sexual health doctor, I run into some unique circumstances from all my clients. Examples such as, I have a question, it's okay to have sex on the day 3 of a menstrual cycle with my woman? Good luck with that. You may have to watch them sheets of burn them when you're done. And the next thing I always get, proper hygiene is always a question. I say, yes, please, let's take a bath between sexual partners. At least do an O bath or something. But before I go, some great prescriptions and overall advice. The guys at 501 Witty, subscribe to their YouTube channel, watch their podcasts, and just support one another, like I support my clients with their strange ass. Have a good day. And doctor's orders.
We are back. Hope you enjoyed that commercial break. But without further ado, back into it. Mr. Taylor here.
So, put the people on what you have currently. Moonlight, whatever you got, just talk to them.
So currently, we're wrapping up. We have to go reshoot. We have to reshoot a scene from Pandemic Love.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that too. I can't wait to.
So I'm doing Pandemic Love. That's coming out. Also, Moonlight, which is like a short horror film that Deshaun has come up with. I play a mayor, an asshole mayor, And I've kind of, he gave me freedom, like I was talking about previously. He gave me some freedom to add and do, and so it really does come across. And so that's good. We've shot my scenes. I only have 2, but we shot those, and those are wrapped. And then Not Alone, which is Ryan Barnes. Ryan Barnes.
Shout out to Ryan Barnes. He may be on the road right now.
Film. Yeah, that's his film.
Be safe in the road, brother.
And he wrote it was supposed to be a short.
Okay.
It was about a woman who's been abused by her husband. He was like overtaken by, I think the way he wrote it in the beginning was like overtaken by some like spirit, and like he just nonsensical rage directed at his wife. And it originally was just supposed to be like a short film. We shot it as a short, and it was going to go into festival. I think he missed the deadline for the festival.
Okay.
And then, so I was like, why don't you extend it? Like, add some more to it. And he added some more to it. And so that's coming out. We finished shooting that. But the one that I'm excited about those, because being an abusive husband, I'm not a husband yet, but I don't want to be an abusive one.
Please don't.
That's a tap in.
Please don't, sir.
That was a tap into something else. But the one that I'm really excited about out of the 3 is Pandemic Love. I've talked about Pandemic Love all day long with Mackenzie. Yes, I love Mackenzie. So that is Selena Mackenzie Gordon. She's an actress, up and coming. We love her. That was originally just a short too. Yeah. And I was like, Deshaun, why don't you extend it? Because I'm all for the work. Like,
yes, sir.
I was
yes,
like,
sir.
why don't you extend it? So Pandemic Love is about 2 people who love each other. Mm-hmm. It takes place at the beginning of the pandemic, when we didn't really know what was going on. People were just getting sick, and people were like dying. If you were in America, you really didn't know what was going on unless you like watched YouTube or like YouTube news from what was happening over in China.
Yeah.
But it was getting here somehow. And so people were just dying and getting sick, and it was like really bad bronchitis, and you didn't know. You just nobody knew. Right. So in our story, it takes place right at the beginning. It's about a young couple, they're engaged, and love each other. We take you through all that lovey-dovey stuff to help you really build on who these people are to one another. Mm-hmm. And then it's like the decline happens. And the decline happens, and it's like she gets sick, and she gets sicker, and they have like a bedside wedding, and
These spoilers, sir?
These are not. I don't think they're spoilers, because I'm not. Maybe they are. Maybe they are.
I just want to make sure.
I don't think I signed an NDA.
Whoops. But no, I wasn't just gonna get too much because he didn't get the whole movie away.
Well, no, I didn't.
Good. No, good.
I didn't give the whole movie away.
Good.
Yeah, and so it's just about these 2 people that love each other, and the pandemic happens, and
yes, sir.
And the decline happens, and she gets sick, and then it's brand new. Everything becomes brand new.
Gotcha.
After that, and so.
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, me too.
Everything becomes brand new
Gotcha.
after she gets sick, and so it's a really good film. I really want everybody to see that. And like I told you, I was gonna wait till that movie came out before coming onto the podcast, because because I wanted to set up a press run for the film.
And you
I've already started doing it.
You can still use this as a clip and do it.
Exactly. And I've already started like contacting podcasts and people to come in to go and talk to virtually and in person.
When is that going to actually be released? You have any idea?
I don't know.
So
because we're going to wrap it. I think we were planning on wrapping it this month, and then because we have to reshoot those scenes, and then I think him and Ryan are going to premiere not Moonlight.
So what I'm saying is, brother, when that's ready to be released,
come back.
Bring the cast. Yeah.
Me and Mackenzie and Deshaun will come back. Yes,
brother, it's great. Come back.
We'll come
what
back.
What did I just tell you earlier, brother?
Anytime.
Exactly. You're like this. We'll see in 2 years.
But we will come back.
Yeah,
we would love for us to come back and talk about it.
Mackenzie, Deshaun, Barry been on her twice.
Yeah,
he already notified.
Yeah.
Come down. I think she lives up there.
She moved back to Fayetteville or Portsmouth. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll work it out. She come down for a weekend. She come on a Sunday.
Yeah. Well, I would love for us to come, because I've already started contacting press outlets.
It's already
great.
It's
for us to do it, because
you booked in.
It's such a thank you. All right, booked in. Come on, booked in on the books. Okay, I'm booked in. But it's such a powerful story. I think so many people can relate to it. So many people can relate to finding love in this
Yeah.
pandemic, having love in this pandemic. Maybe some people have lost love in this pandemic.
No, facts, because
Facts.
I think there's studies out there, brother, that a lot of relationships crumble because, for example, let's say if the husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, they're always working.
Yeah.
They kind of see each other, but it's always
Impassive, like two ships
But
passing in the night.
there you go, sir. So now with the pandemic happening, you were forced to be in the home with one another.
Yeah.
And you probably truly finally got to really know one another.
Mm.
And conversations had to be had.
And you don't like each other.
There you go.
You don't like each
You
other.
start to see like, damn, this is actually just some bullshit.
Yeah. For some people, that is that is the truth. But
And it
Because
makes some people stronger.
Domestic abuse kind of went up too. Because,
really,
Yeah,
because you at home with it, wow.
With your music.
Wow.
and where can you go?
Yeah.
It makes some people stronger too.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Yes, but they say become the new on the other side.
Yeah.
But like I said, but I'm just saying in that regard, that happened because you had to be home with your spouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But I am excited about that film. That y'all, I can't wait for y'all to see that.
I'm ready.
I
I'm
can't
ready.
wait.
I'm
I
ready.
can't wait. And congratulations on everything you're getting and you have done.
Thank you. More to come. I'm recording some music, trying to record. I'm trying to record an EP, trying to record some music.
Okay.
You know,
That
I
is
started
R&B?
working with R&B music, some pop and things like that. I started
Okay.
working with a producer, well, two producers, but yeah, so we'll see. I always say I'm trying to, but Olivia's like, don't say try, do. And she's very true.
No,
because there's no such thing as try. There's no such thing as try. There's either do
it or you
don't do it. And
Right.
if you're not doing it, you're in the pursuit of doing it. And if you're not in the pursuit, you're not doing it at all. So that is.
So are we in the infancy stage of this project? Are we kind of how far along?
It's
are we?
infancy. It's
Okay,
very
yes.
infancy. I mean, I've written and produced one song has to be recorded. There are a couple of others that need to be taken care of because I have a work for hire situation as a vocalist for a producer that's not here, and I think she's in Arizona. But yeah, so that has to
Okay.
be taken care of too. So I'm mixed up.
So we probably like a year out. Probably a year out.
No,
maybe.
well maybe because I'm still like, this whole music climate that we live in today is so different. We live in a singles driven market, so it's like
Yeah.
either you know, so like I said, I have a single, I have to finish recording and release it, but then I want to record some more singles, release them. I don't know if I want to do maybe a 5-song EP,
Yeah.
not a whole album because
That's it.
then
But
it's like,
LP can
maybe
come.
one day.
LP can come.
one day, but I would like to do maybe drop a couple of singles.
Yes, sir.
And then do an EP, but people, I feel like people aren't completely aware of me. But people are aware, people know me. But I feel like I have to build more of an awareness.
Like you said, you're 25, brother.
Yeah, see, y'all say that. Everybody that's older than me says that. Y'all like, you're 25. But then I'm like, I'm 25. I'm 25.
And I hear that. I guess I'm looking at the
Honestly,
last
what-
half. Go ahead, sir.
Honestly, what does that have to do with anything?
Well,
Age.
Well, because you can age out of roles. That does happen.
It does.
That's
It
Hollywood.
does
That's
happen.
nature. That's not nothing he created, nothing I created. It's just how it goes.
Yeah, it does. I mean, you have to preserve yourself. But the
Yeah.
one thing is, like, men, as
Good
we
thing
get
black don't
older,
crack.
that too. But the one thing about Hollywood is, like, men, as we get older, our roles don't, the quality of roles that we are able to get don't really diminish. That's more of a women's issue.
Correct.
And I don't mean that in like a chauvinistic
No,
way.
no. That's just facts, bro. We understand.
Today,
Yeah.
there are more roles for women with, the more quality roles. But that's today, like, you know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
as women get older, they go from being the ingenue and the girlfriend and the damsel to being like the mother and the grandmother and the auntie. You know?
Yeah.
And then anything that happens in between, you may be a teacher, maybe a detective, a lawyer, a doctor,
Yeah.
But though the quality of, but as we get older, we get distinguished. Our ingenues and our leading ladies get younger. We Daniel Craig is like old enough to be my father, and he's still playing James Bond. Idris Elba is old enough to be my father, and he's trying to be in the conversation to play James Bond and flip and do all these other things and stunts and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't happen all the time for women. And so it's sad, and things are changing because there are more women at the helm of writing and creativity. But they still have a long way. I think they have a while to get. Just like the quality of roles for black people have increased, and the outlets and the shows, they have increased. but we still have a long way to go because there's still not a whole lot of black people in Hollywood making decisions, and you know, all of that. You know, so we have a long way to go.
So when it comes to acting itself in general,
Yes.
who do you watch on a regular that inspires you? What career path that you like, you know what, I'm gonna model myself, not all the way, but a little bit on that person.
You know what? I am inspired as an actor, as an entertainer, singer, actor, by some really great people, but I can't go into the celebrity without acknowledging like who I have in my own back door. My uncle, my dad's brother, is a actor. He graduated from Yale with an MFA. He graduated from NYU with a BFA. He's just retired as a professor from Sarah Lawrence University in New York. And what else does Uncle Michael do? Oh, he's been on Broadway and television, Law and Order, soap operas, off-Broadway, traveling shows. He's done commercials. Like, he is very good. He's not famous, but he's a working actor. And that means more than fame, because there are some broke famous people. As we all know.
No, for real.
You know, there's some broke famous people.
Correct.
And so that gives me, you know, there's somebody that you have in your lineage that's just like, if they can do it, I can do it. You know, if you know anybody who has a dream that you've seen achieve it, it's like whatever I can do, whatever I want to do, I can do. And you know, so that. But the people that inspire me really are like careers of people like Will Smith, the big career, the versatility, the acting, cool, you know. But the career itself, you know, that's amazing. Angela Bassett, when I watch her performances, I am just so like motivated. Where is the next audition? Where is the next project? Where is the next, you know, when I watch, when I hear Luther Vandross sing, when I hear Johnny Gill sing, I'm just like, okay, how can we move people today? When I watch people like Michael Douglas, Glenn Close, you know, Sidney Poitier. Those are. I'm sorry, I have old parents. So not old parents, but my parents. Both of my parents were born in the '60s. When I was born, my parents were like in their 30s, and now they're like in their early 60s and whatnot. So I'm just like, you know, the quality of things that I was shown in the movies that I've been shown, the music that I listen to is just. I'm not trying to act like I'm better than anybody, but I'm just it's a little bit different. You know, live instrumentation and classic films.
It makes sense, bro. It's all right.
Stuff like that.
This of a different time.
Very much so. Yeah, very much so, like my mind and everything like that. So the performers and actors that I watch, like there are some really, like Clark Gable, great people, artists and real artisans and people of their craft, like Betty Davis, old, you know, Katharine Hepburn and. Heavy hitters, because these are people that I watch though, man. These are the people that I like. Julia Roberts and my mom's a big film. My mom's a big film person. Denzel Washington is amazing. Of course, most of the time, all the time, not most, but all the time.
Even in bad, for example, the movie that just came out called The Little Things. That was on HBO Max and the theater at the same time. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so without giving anything happens in the story. I would say the overall movie is all right.
Yeah.
Maybe just because the script itself was weak.
But Denzel gives it that extra elevated, and that is something I always like strive to do. Is like you have to. The script could be bad, but a good actor can really take their character and make it more than just one dimensional. Can elevate it. Well, partially, like films like that end up doing. I think films like that, like they know that it's not fair. I've not seen Little Things. I'm just talking about films that are like some films. Like I feel like they know that it's not the best script. So like we have to attach somebody who can put butts in seats.
So we can pay for this shit.
Right, to pay for it and push it. And so there's a science. I mean, that's business. So there's a science behind the business.
For example, let's say it's myself.
Yeah.
I turned in a piece of shit at work. But the people that I'm connected with say, you know what, Slater's usually solid.
Right.
We want to get this work done, keep it working in Hollywood. So like you say, we don't tie that big name to sell this shitty script Slater did.
Yeah.
But we're going to put it out
because we know that Denzel will put butts in seats.
Yep.
And that's the science when it comes down to like a lot of films that they hire certain people for and not other people is because we know this name. I'm not gonna say any names, but we know this name will put butts in seats. They will come to see this person regardless of how good the film is, or even how good that person might be.
Correct.
And that's just the business of the entertainment business, because it is a business. You know, you can't hate nobody for it, because at the end of the day, that has nothing to do with you.
Right.
That just means that they had a quota that they had to meet, and they found somebody who just had a bit more star power than you that could do it.
You get it. You kept everybody working, from not just the people in front of the camera, but even
behind the camera,
the whole production staff, the people who maybe built sets or whatever. Everyone stayed working.
Can we talk about how important it is to have people of color behind the camera?
Yes. I mean, yes, this is the purpose of this channel in general, just to push that narrative too.
I just wanted to just go. It's very important to have people of color behind the camera. I'm not talking about like directors and writers and producers. I'm talking about people that light you, people that do your hair, people that make up, you know,
PAs
costuming,
in general,
PAs, things like that. Because like lighting, it takes a special. You need a black person who knows how to light black people, or a white person who knows how to light black people. Because there's a specific way to light us, because our skin absorbs light. White skin reflects it, so you have to kind of like, you may want to backlight us and front light us, not just front light us, because we'll get, you know.
Correct. Even a black person writing the script.
That part is very important. Or black, well, not even that, but a black director. A white person, I feel like, may be able to write a black script for black people. And the reason why I say that is because they may know the voice. Because when you write for and I'm not saying that white people, when you write for them, you don't have to know their voice, but we are more engulfed in their everything than they are in ours. So for us to just write a story, not attach anything to it, would be so much easier for white people to play.
Correct.
Than it would be for black people, because we need a little hot sauce on the table. We need a little extra something, because we're different. We're not just the complete blank English vernacular. We're not that thing. There's a specific voice. So if the white writer knows that voice, say he grew up in the hood or something like that, and he's not, and I'm not talking about like somebody who like want to be down, but just like a white boy.
Well, do you know who David Ayer is? Well, he's a director. He lives in L.A. He grew up in a situation like you just said. He grew up in the hood. So when he writes his movies, i.e. like, you know, he just did Suicide Squad that came out in 2016. He done End of Watch. And he just did the Tax Collector thing with Shia LaBeouf that came out. Okay. So he's basically that same thing. He's a white guy who grew up in the hood. So when he writes this movie, he did Bright too with Will Smith.
But he, like I said, he might know that voice. He also may need some help, because he might come off a bit stereotypical, but for the most part, he may be able to successfully write that. But it's important to have black people writing for black people too. But I'm just saying, it could happen. It could happen. I think black people need black directors. If you have a white director, then he needs to know the voice too, but also be open to notes and hearing and direction, and because you don't know aggravation until you've been in an audition room, or you've been on a set with a white director and they tell you, make it blacker. Or you've been in an audition room with somebody and they say, can you just, you know, I don't know, make it blacker. Add some flavor. That is real frustration when you're a black person reading for a black character. How much blacker? Oh, you want a stereotype? Just say that. Just say that, but don't sugarcoat it.
Racist fuck.
I don't even think it's a racist. I don't think it's a racist thing. I think it's like a misinformed thing that gives you the authority to feel. But you know, some directors, because the directors, some of the white directors that are like, make it blacker. Some of them cannot be talked to because they just have it in their mind that they know the black voice, and they just know. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to kind of, you know, like, be able to say, well, no, you know, that's not how he would do it, because I know this person, and this is kind of how it wouldn't be so much like a trope.
Right.
It would be a humanized. It would be a humanized version of this. Some people, but there's a disconnect there. You don't fault them for it because they don't know. But there's a difference. But I think it's important to have. It's important to at least have conversations. It's
Right.
important to at least have conversations. If you're a white director working on a black project, be open.
Right.
But yeah, it's important to have. We need color behind the camera, behind the scenes.
It's coming.
Oh yeah.
It's up and coming.
Yes, and you know, and Hollywood's doing a great, not a great, I wouldn't say a great job, but they're doing a good job.
That's right.
They're trying with the whole diversity and inclusion movement, because that's kind of what has launched the whole reflective thing where everybody's looking at themselves like, how can we, so thank God for it. But keep it moving. It's not just a movement. It's actually our life, because movies and films and television, music, all of that should be a reflection of what's going on in the world. And the world is not just, America is not just full of one skin tone. There should also be more Latin and Latina and Caribbean and Asian, South Pacific. The floodgates need to open so that people can honestly tell their stories.
Right.
And tell them in a way. I mean, like, as far as like fantasy and all this stuff goes,
Mm-hmm.
like every time I see a wizardry movie, somebody in there needs to be black.
You were like,
Give me a Hispanic wizard.
I was talking to my homeboy, I got homeboy named T-Rock. Granted, some of the stuff take place in Europe and shit like that, so not really that many black people.
There's Negroes in Europe,
At that time, medieval, whatever case may be.
but it's fantasy.
I agree.
It's fantasy.
I agree.
So why not?
I would love to see more people like us dealing with magic. Give me two. To me, it'd be cool.
There's a two-edged sword to that though, because a lot of times like there have been a lot of black artists who have tried to like greenlight stuff like a Black Bewitched or a Black Charmed or Black da. And a lot of times Hollywood won't buy into it because they really don't think it's going to sell.
Yeah, of course.
Because the black church, black people in witchcraft and things like that, so it won't sell. So that's one of the reasons I've heard that.
And even like for a show that just was on HBO called Lovecraft Country.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the things, like, even just watching it myself, and I've heard talking to people like, I'm not fucking with that show. Like, why? What's wrong with it? Well, now that they said the whole black people magic, supernatural, good and evil can really kind of rub people differently. Like, I ain't fuck with that evil shit.
But it's like, what else are we gonna, like, come on now. It's like, what, because I really want to play like a voodoo king or something, or like Papa Leg Boss, that's, a real voodoo king or something, something like Haitian voodoo or something.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, witch doctor, or I would like to play somebody really evil and nefarious. A businessman. I keep putting this out into the universe, like a businessman who's like evil and nefarious and running over people.
American Gods?
No.
Or
Oh
Lance
yeah.
Jones? The Lance Jones had the one, he was a character, he was like the guy, he's a Nusi, or what his fucking name was. He basically was smarter than the black people.
Mm-hmm.
He was like the god of blacks or something like that. I don't even like misquote anything, but I can see you doing something like that.
Yeah.
Or
I'm diverse. I would like to think I'm very diverse.
You have to be.
Yeah, it's there.
You have to be.
Of course.
I'd like to think I'm very diverse. But yeah, so I think it's just one of those things. But like I said, it's fantasy. Why not? Why not?
In conclusion, anything else you want people to know about you in general?
In conclusion, is it over?
I don't know.
That was quick. Quick.
Hey, time flies when you're having fun, man.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want people to know about you in general, or just what to look out for?
Okay.
Spoke up. Go ahead.
Well, you can find me on Instagram at Taylor Laron on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook under the same name, Twitter too, and YouTube. Be on the lookout for Pandemic Love and Not Alone and Moonlight, and follow me on all of my social media because I'm always posting.
Yep.
The music is coming. Everything's coming. Good things are coming,
And of course, you can go look back at Change Gonna Come.
Yes,
Yeah.
Change Gonna Come.
With Sean T. Berry.
Yeah.
Also, using Wronger. You're in that as well.
Upcoming Wronger. We didn't get a chance to talk about Wrong. Well, I'll come back. I'm coming back.
You're coming back.
I'm coming back.
Taylor, you're coming back, brother. This ain't the last time.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Yeah.
You probably be on set with everybody, a couple of the cast members too, to kind of just talk about the film again. Cause we had Mr. Anthony L. Baker. He was on here a couple of months ago now. But yeah, you coming back?
Haven't it been that long?
It's been a month at least for sure.
Well, I know it's been a month at least.
I'm glad.
Time be flying. We let shit go. We drop a regular.
We gotta come back and talk about spirituality and
Dude,
acting
all
and
that.
more stuff.
Whatever, man.
Hey man, just say plenty of opportunities.
Plenty.
of opportunities.
Okay.
And no, seriously, finally, thanks for coming through, bro.
Thank you for having me. Finally, it's been for
Long time coming to your house.
long time,
Coming.
long time coming.
But everything he just said earlier, we're gonna put everything in the description box, guys. So, like I said, once again, follow, subscribe, share everyone's links, everyone's videos. Like he said, community. We gotta be that community, help each other out. We preach it all the time.
We could build together, guys.
Yeah. You can be competitive but at the same time support one another. Because competitive nature brings out the best material in everything. But you can still be in support of one another too. Because there's riches for everyone. There's resources for everyone.
Therefore.
So, you got anything else for him, E-Bob?
Nah, man.
I'm hungry as hell.
I am definitely hungry. Yeah, man. I'm just blessed to be here and blessed to have another great guest upon the show.
Thank you.
Arkansas, hey man, we doing it, man.
Yeah, like he said, man, just go subscribe, share all our content.
T-shirts, white and black, $15.
Still got the t-shirts on deck if y'all want those. We got the ladies' lounge coming soon.
Yep,
Chastity.
hey, it's coming.
So just be on the lookout, man. We got big things coming, and I'm not gonna hold y'all because my man said he hungry back here. I'm
I
hungry.
gotta feed the beast.
We all got things to do today, and yeah, I'm just gonna shut up after that.
Hey, love y'all.